So I'm going to share a Betfair Trading indicator here on YouTube in this video. It helped me pocket £18.20 on every runner in this race before it had even started. It's a low liquidity exchange market, so it makes for a nice visual example that everyone can understand. Now, for those that are unfamiliar, I'm using a piece of Betfair Trading software to assist me here. To briefly explain the screen layout, we've got a countdown timer until the race begins over on the left, streaming charts plotting all trading prices against each other in this race, 4 columns showing individual information on the particular horses and their prices down the middle. Where the pink and blue numbers meet is the active trading price, much like you'd get on the exchange website, just in a slightly different format. If that's still confusing you, there's a couple of explainers linked in the description along with some more advanced courses for those who are interested. So to get on to the good bit, how did I know that the price was going to move in one direction, and what indicator prompted me to trade it? Showing's always better than just telling, so follow along as I walk you through this trade on the screen. So if we take a look, you can see that the race is just over 4 minutes to the start, and I want to draw your attention to this blue line on the market overview chart. So this blue line is the horse well briefed, which is the third column on the screen there. The reason for that I will share in a moment, and the indicator for this I'll explain afterwards, but things are happening on the screen here, so I want you to follow along. So well briefed is coming in price. There are other horses that have come in. You can see that the Getaway Lucy there on the left has come in a little too, but this is more significant because of this indicator that I'm going to sort of divulge in a second. So it's a low liquidity market, and the issue here, you'll see that I opened a position there and some of my exits hit straight away, so good execution. I'm offsetting my position, the green zones. We'll explain more in a moment because obviously I want to stay with this as it happens. But what we're looking for here is a situation where there's enough liquidity in the marketplace that I can enter and exit for very low risk without overexposing myself. The moment I overexpose myself is the point where I can get myself in trouble, and trading is not about risk, it's about exploiting the situation, and a piece of information, an indicator in particular, this one here, which we'll explain, to our benefit without taking any additional risk. So it's a low liquidity race. You can see there's only £70,000 matched on this race entirely, which makes it a very poor quality race, and it will be the final couple of minutes where the majority of volume will come in to this marketplace. Now, I haven't actually shown the indicator just yet, which I will in a second, but the point I'm trying to make is prediction is not what this is about. It's about acting on information that is available to us that we can actually see and understand. Because if we aspire to do this full time, you want to do it professionally, you want to make a solid, side income even, or a full-time income from it, then you need to understand what's going on. And it's all about consistency, yeah? We don't want to gamble, we don't want up and down, profit and loss. So I've had this indicator that's identified this horse to me. I'm now looking for confirming signals within the marketplace in terms of money coming in, whilst we've got enough activity in the marketplace to support what we want to do here without overexposing ourselves. Now, at this point in time, there isn't enough money coming in. That's why I'm sitting and watching. And a lot of the time, trading is about watching and analysing what's going on, rather than doing something magical constantly to produce a profit. So I'm hovering over the back position there at 7.0. I want to see that confirming signal. I believe the price is going to shorten on well briefed. I believe that there's going to be additional money, but I want to see it happening. I want to see it coming in before I expose myself at all, even if it's for a few pound or pence or whatever. So keeping an eye on other runners within the market is also important. You can see the favourite's been relatively weak. Second had a little flurry of money a second ago, and here we go. This is the money coming in. So you see that little flurry on well briefed there, we'll highlight on the screen. You'll see the dark volume bars that are building up. That's because more additional money is coming into the marketplace. Now, I knew that was coming because of this indicator, but what I'm now doing is I'm managing my position, because if the price goes back, a few ticks, then I could lose a tenner or so. I don't want to do that. So I want to offset my position relatively quickly. We open the position about 150 to the start there on the countdown timer. So our position's only been open, sort of 20, 30 seconds. We're trying to catch a little nibble in price as this money pours in via the confirming signals on what I believed was actually going to happen here, which it does. You could argue that I could have held on a little bit longer, but it is a relatively volatile market as you can see there with the sort of prices bouncing around. So I've offset a position. We've got about a minute to the start now, and I'm thinking about closing out. I don't want to be exposed for too long, and where I've offset that position, you'll see in particular on the profit and loss column that the green zone is extended. So in order for me to to make a loss now, it needs to go all the way back to 8.6, which quite frankly is just never going to happen before the start of this race. So what was this particular indicator that gave me the confidence once I seen that money coming in? Because it's all about matching up different indicators and confirming signals together a lot of the time when trading. What was it that made me think that it was going to be heavily biased and money was going to come in for this? Well, I'll show you on screen here. If you see the live prices updating via the Sporting Life, you can see that there was a jump in price changes. So the bookies were scared enough to go, oh, there's a double jump in price here, that they should shorten their price so quick. So it indicates something's a little bit more aggressive, if you like, in terms of being backed than you would see elsewhere. Now, that's not to say that this will happen every single time, but the majority of the time when you see a double jump in price like that, you see the bookies are scared on a relatively thin, illiquid market, then you know that there's a good chance that there's going to be a little bit of a flurry of money. So that's all I was looking out for there. Once I see it and confirmed it, as per the original indicator, that's when I jump in on the move to make sure that I can give myself more than a 50-50 chance of locking in some profit, when really the price can go in two directions. It's 50-50. But there are plenty more tips and tricks that make a big difference to your sports trading success, so keep an eye out for the next upload later this week. You can make sure you don't miss it by hitting the notification bell after subscribing down below. If you found this video interesting or useful, please give it a quick thumbs up. Thanks for watching. See you next time.